Good morning, and welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Before we start, a couple of reminders. If you have a thing that makes noise or distracts you, if you could please attend to that and turn it off. And if you're joining us today on Facebook or YouTube and you have trouble hearing, you can click on closed captioning, and that will help you follow along with our service. So now, I should introduce myself. My name is Reverend Molly, and I'm pitching in today. And so I'd like to now welcome our wonderful Susan Clark to lead us, and John Talon to lead us in our opening song. Thank you.
Well, this song will conclude my Ricky Byers tribute this month, because guess what? She'll be here Saturday, so this is one of her songs called In the Land of I Am. And please sing along. I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the songs of all my great-grandmothers and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers and the way to rise above the pain, all live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children and the dreams of a better day to come and the dance of heaven with the earth, all live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. You got it? In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am.
I am all that I will be, and more than I will be, and all that I am, and it's just all of it. I love that song. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. So welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Gil Olmsted. I am the spiritual director, and I'm happy to be here today and happy to know that we have a wonderful speaker this morning. Some of you know her. Reverend Tammi will be with us. Yay. Yay. And I'm thinking that, you know, if everybody realized it was Reverend Tammi, there'd be more people here. There would be. I know that. Maybe they're all out there. If you're out there, good. Okay, we're glad you're here. So every time we come together, a lot of people make it happen. So I just want to thank our musicians, our tech team, our folks working in the kitchen today, and the myriad of other things that go on, people that greet you at the door, all of it. It's all happening because people are willing to step into this place with their hearts. And also we have some licensed practitioners and others who are helping us this morning. We have, as you met a minute ago, Reverend Molly, who is helping out as our pulpit assistant today, and she will be leading us in our mission and vision and a reading. And by the way, both of these folks are pinch hitters this morning. And we have Marilyn O'Leary, who will be leading us in prayer. And we have Greg on High Watch. And so we are anchored this morning in love and grace and peace. And so let's anchor that with our opening prayer.
So please take a breath. And as you breathe in, know that you are breathing in God. And God is already there. God is already there. So God is here to be with all of us so that we all know, so that we all remember this morning that we are connected. We are connected to Spirit. We are connected to each other. And so knowing that that's true, I affirm for every person that every single desire, wish, prayer that people have brought to this service, in person and online, that every prayer is answered now. And I know this is true because I know that everything we need, we have. I know that's true. I see it in my life. Everything I need, I have. And I know that's true for each one of you. I know it's true for the Rio Grande Center. And so in this wonderful opportunity for invocation, I invoke the best in all of us, the good in all of us, the part in us that knows exactly what our role is to make this a world that works for everyone. And so I bless this service and everyone who makes it possible. I bless this center. I bless each one of you. And I know that the divine connection that is in us, through us, as us, has brought us here today. And that we have whatever we need, if it is health, if it is abundance, if it is love, if it is peace, whatever it is that we need, we have. And I pray for every person in this community who needs any of that, who feels they want any of that. They have all of that now. So blessing us all, blessing this service, blessing Reverend Gil, Reverend Molly, Reverend Tammi, blessing everyone. I know that all is perfect. Please say with me, and so it is. Amen.
So as I like to do each week, I like to remind us kind of some basics about what we're here and what we're about. But you're going to help me out today. I'm decided this needs to be more fun. Okay? So see if you can follow along. We believe that there is only one. Yeah, wow. You guys have been listening. Good. There's only one power in the universe. Excellent. We know it by many different names. Everyone has a different way of viewing that. But there's only one. And we believe that what is creative? Thought. Thought is creative, absolutely. And because we are of the one, then we are creating all the time. So we pay attention to what we're creating and adjust as necessary. By the way, those of you who are joining us via the interwebs, speak up. It's hard to hear you. So I want to hear everybody. All right. So we also know that everything in life is about love. It's either an act of love or it's a call to love. And how many exceptions are there to that? None. No exceptions. That's right. It's all about love. All about that. And finally, you are what? Whole, perfect, and complete. Let's do that again. Whole, perfect, and complete. Wow. Excellent. We got it all. You guys are good. All right. So that is who we are, and that is why we come together as Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. It's why so many people get together in so many places to just remind themselves of this truth. So I want to welcome all of you who are here today. I know we have a couple people at least who are returning guests. Anybody who's a second or third time guest this morning? Wow. Okay. See? I want to congratulate you for coming because that's the hardest one to do, the second one. It also indicates that, I don't know what it says, but you're brave enough to show up, so thank you. Thank you. Do we have anyone new this morning? In-house, online? If you are, be sure that you sign and let us know that you're here. We're so grateful for everyone in the house, and so we want to bless each other. So we're going to take a moment, and we are going to rub our hands together, get the energy moving, and then just outstretch our hands to someone else, somewhere else in the room, and say, "We see you. We know who you really are. You are a unique emanation of spirit. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank God for you." Welcome, welcome everybody to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you. And Reverend Molly, thank you.
Hi. So, it's time to review our vision and mission. And I believe there's a slide. So please join me in reading our vision statement. Our vision: transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission: loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our higher self. And now, it's the time when the podium assistant gives a reading, and when I was asked to be the podium assistant, I walked up to the stack of magazines over there and I said, "Which one?" And it flipped open, and so this is our reading for this morning. It's by Dr. Ken Gordon, who is the spiritual leader of Centers for Spiritual Living and co-pastor of the Center for Spiritual Living in Kelowna, British Columbia. And the title is "See Each Other as Children." Oops. The principle is that we get what we focus on. As a skier, I know that when I turn my head, my feet and skis follow. Race drivers know that when you're going 200 miles an hour next to a wall, you don't look at the wall. If we're looking for ways that we're different from other people, we'll find them. Different hair, color, clothes, jewelry, build, race, ethnicity, and preferences. If we're looking for ways that we're the same, we'll find them as well. Toes, fingers, eyes, ears. We all share a commonality and sameness. We all have the same needs and desires: food, shelter, clothing, attention, affection, fulfillment, friendship, and value. It's not hard to see ourselves in others if we look. And I'm sure you can imagine the benefit of love, joy, and harmony as the natural effect. It's far more difficult to demonize or diminish others when we're aware of how much we all have in common. Often when I'm challenged with someone, I try to imagine that person as a child. I find it much easier to feel compassion and empathy. I find it easier to be in connection when I remember that they too had a mother. They laughed and played. They were born into this marvelous thing called life, and they too grew up doing the best they could with what they had. We are all related in one way or another. It takes effort and awareness to change the societal habit of separation, but the promise of a greater and more effective world is the effect. Recognizing ourselves in others is a spiritual practice that promises much. It has the potential to move us as a human race from hatred, envy, jealousy, and indignation to understanding, peace, and plenty. When we practice seeing ourselves in others, we heighten our ability to relate to the world in a meaningful way. And when we acknowledge others' similarities, it makes it easier for us to recognize our own stuff, that seemingly inherent part of ourselves that restricts our joy, heightens our distress, and nullifies our purpose for even being here. As a child, my mother cited the golden rule to me: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Perhaps we could change it a little bit and say, let us see others as we would have them see us. Namaste.
Yeah, grace, physical grace is not one of my strong suits, that's for sure. Apparently I'm on the Greatest Showman, a Greatest Showman kick. So I'm going to do another song from that movie with Hugh Jackman. This is called "Come Alive." Come alive. All right. You stumble through your days, got your head hung low, your sky is a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake away, 'cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking that's your only option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest day. The sun's up, the color's blind, take the world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind, you'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive, go and ride your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide, you're electrified. When the world becomes a fantasy and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, and you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. No more living in those shadows. You and me, we know how that goes. 'Cause once
Hello, everyone. Excited about the coming alive and dreaming with our eyes wide open. And we're going to be talking about dreaming with our eyes and our heart wide open. Our talk today is about seeing and being seen. So I'm going to start out with a little parable that came to me this morning, actually overnight for the last couple of nights. It's a story of Remy, my dog, my cattle dog, and the coyote, the very large wolf-eyed coyote that lives in the back behind the fence. So Remy had a really bad experience before she came to me with coyotes, and it involved stitches, and it was very traumatic. So in the backyard, behind the fence, there's open land, and coyotes and other wildlife are back there. So this particular night, a couple nights ago, there was a coyote in the backyard. I didn't know what was in the backyard. I just hearing this barking. And so finally I go out to see what's happening, and Remy comes running into the back, the dog door, and she's standing over the dog door, literally barking, screaming, right? And I see this humongous, literally the tail end of the biggest coyote I've ever seen running away. So that was probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. And you remember then Thursday and Friday, we've had a lot of winds, right? So every time the wind blows or something is going on in the backyard, Remy is barking, screaming all night, right? Now, Remy's in her crate safely in the house, right? And she's not outside, and I have the dog door locked, so there's no harm. But every time there's a movement or a wind gush or something, right? So I get up to see what's going on, right? Nothing, after so many times I'm getting my stick and going out there hoping it's not a two-legged predator, I realize it's just the wind. And so for the last couple of nights, every time the wind blows, Remy's at it. So how is this a parable about seeing and being seen? Well, we're very much like Remy. In my native culture, we call coyotes shunti, and they are, it's a trickster god, and they're here to teach us lessons, right? So what is Remy and the coyote teaching us? Well, how many times have I had a bad experience with someone? And if I come across them again, there's no part of me that's going to think that that's okay. When I see dangerous coyote, when I see that person, I continue to see dangerous coyote every time I see that person. Or every time I see someone that reminds me of that person. Or every time I'm triggered when that similar situation happens, I am in a space where I am barking and I am on the defensive. And what is going on in my brain? My amygdala is kicking in. I go into fight, flight, or flee, and I do something that has me take on my own survival, right? Anybody can relate to that? And then sometimes when the wind blows, my amygdala gets kicked up because I think it might be that, it might not be that, but it kind of smells like that, it kind of looks like a coyote, something moved out there, right? And so what am I doing? My amygdala goes into action just like if that coyote was actually there. And how many of us have done that in our lives, where something happens that happens at work, or something that happens in the family, something that happens in our lives remind us of a bad situation, and we immediately go into protective mode. So when we're talking about seeing and being seen, what does that have to do with this? Well, does anyone here think that Remy would have the ability to look at a coyote in the backyard and actually see the life force that is in that creature? Do you think that Remy is going to say, oh, that is a trickster god here to teach me a lesson? No, because when the amygdala is going, our higher executive functions are not. And so what that means is that our ability to reason things out on some higher plane of spirituality is just really not present. So when we see someone or something that triggers our fear, we go into fight, flight, or flee, are we able to actually see the God in that? Not without training. But that's why we're all here, is we are retraining our brains, we're retraining our spirituality, we're retraining the pathways so that when we see something that looks like fear, we see something that looks like divorce, we see something that looks like a painful end, we see something that looks like loss of a job, we see something that looks like war. When we see all these things in the world, this polarization of the world, with this increasing fundamentalism of philosophy, we start to see all these things, and what do we experience is the coyote. But if we realize that the coyote is here to teach us a lesson, we have the opportunity to reshift how we think, how we approach, how we see. Now, I've told you the story about when I first got Remy. Remy was really afraid of everything. And I had a mirror on the floor. And Remy walked down the hallway and started yelping, screaming, because she saw this dog in the mirror. Now, I know this makes my poor dog look like not the smartest tool in the shed. But Remy is also teaching us another lesson. Because when we are looking at ourselves, when we want to see and be seen, how do we communicate how we want to be seen? How do we want to be known? If I want to be known as someone who is a light worker that's spreading something good in the world, that's causing transformation, how do I reconcile that when I'm aware of this person's flaws? I'm aware of the flaws and the shortcomings and all the times when I failed. I'm deeply familiar with my shame, with the times where I blamed myself, the times where I wish I had done something different. I can look back and say, wow, I can think of something 30 years ago. I wish I'd done that differently. I wish I knew now. I wish I knew what impact this had. And I can look at all of this and be with that. And then can I look at that and be with that and at the same time say, I am a bringer of light. And like Remy, when I have unhealed reflections, I project that onto the next person who is the mirror. And I look in that mirror, and that reflection becomes something that I am afraid of. And I think of that often in our relationships, we are projecting our fears and our failings onto other people. So when we say, I want to see and be seen so that I can have greater freedom, how is that done? How is that done when I know that there is a whole lot that's not perfect? And so we are called into this moment of being aware of all of this. And so what do we do with that? We say all the time, we say every week, that all of these situations are a call for love and that there are no exceptions. So every time I see this, how is love calling me forward? I have compassion for myself because I know that I am on a journey. Just like when my child was learning to walk and she'd fall and I'd pick her up and I wouldn't yell at her, I pick up myself and say, that's okay, you're growing, you're learning. You didn't know, you're learning to do better. You're on an upward climb. And so if I were to graph my chart process, my progress, I'd have it going up, but down, up and down, but there's always going up. That even in the down moments are better than the down moments that used to be last year. And the up moments are higher than ever, and we go up and down, but we never get off this upward progression of growing in our spiritual growth. And so we don't judge ourselves for every time we have an up or a down, for every time we have a failing, for every time we wish we could go back and shift it. We learn and we move on. And we have that compassion for ourselves. We constantly bring that heart compassion to ourselves. And when we give ourselves that compassion, we know that I'm no different. We're no different than the other one. And when I can be with this heart space of forgiveness and love, I can truly say a forgiveness prayer that anyone I have hurt, I sincerely ask for forgiveness, whether it was knowing or not. That anyone who has hurt me, for hurting myself, for when there were times where I stayed longer than I should have, for times when I didn't realize that a possibility has expired, for times when I realized that there was something more for me to do and I walked away from it, when times when there was less for me to do and I didn't do it. I give myself the space to forgive myself, to bring love and compassion, knowing that life is a progression, knowing that nothing is permanent. But there is one thing that is, and that is the present moment. In this present moment, right now, there is this divine presence of love within me. And I can look and feel that light within me. So as you're sitting there, just imagine you're a being of light, sitting there in this physical body, which is also just a different vibration of that light. And as you check in with your body, is there anywhere you're feeling tightness? Is there anywhere where this message has you feel a little pit in your stomach as you think, maybe there's somewhere I failed, or maybe there's somewhere I could do better, or maybe there's something that I keep losing that battle, and just bring light to it. Because why is this transformational? Because we are involved in an alchemy of spirit. We are changing the base metals into gold. Divine energy, when it comes into the body, divine energy that flows throughout the body, the highest vibrations of that, as you metabolize it, it becomes golden light. You are transforming this base metal of guilt, this base metal of shame, this base metal of projecting negativity into gold. It is an alchemy of spirit. And so we continue to bring that light into us, knowing that the past is the past, the future has not happened, and in this moment right now, there is only love. There is only light. And we are living in a time where light brings a certain quality of power, a certain quality of information. We are living in a time where the light that lives in us and as us is bringing us into a new future, a new awareness, a new consciousness that is higher than where we were before. So as we engage in this alchemy of spirit, we are causing the transformation not just of us, we are causing the transformation of the world. Because we are all what? One. So as I lift my energy, as I engage in forgiveness for myself and others, as I engage in knowing who I really am, I am able to see you as who you really are. We no longer see through the glass darkly. We no longer see through the filters of negativity. We no longer see through the filters of the past. We no longer see through the filters of everything that's going on in the world. We see through the filters, through this divine eye of love. We see with heart, divine heart love. And as these messages of love, and as these messages of light infiltrate every aspect of our emotional body, we have the ability to bring into being a new world. We have the ability to cause the transformation of ourselves and others. This is what we mean by transforming the world with the power of love in action. That is who we are. That is our vision. That is our mission. That is our purpose. So regardless, when we talk about being seen and seeing, and we talk about being vulnerable in this context means that we are no longer at the whim of our amygdala, that we no longer perceive fear because only light and love is there. Now, I'm not saying to stay in a toxic relationship. I'm not saying to go and be in a negative situation. I'm not saying to gloss over all the things that have happened. I'm not saying to continue something that is dysfunctional or to accept something that is just wrong with your spirit. What I'm saying is that you and I are incapable of seeing it clearly until we see it through the eyes of light, until we see it through the eyes of love. And when we are able to witness and bear witness to everything that occurs in our lives, to bear witness to everything that is occurring around us through this power of light and love, we will have the information we need to cause the transmutation of the world to a higher vibrational frequency. And in this place, we, each of us, we become the vibration of love. We are aligned and one with the vibration of health, complete healing, of prosperity, of connection, of being in a space and a time where what we know is ringing true in every part of our lives, in our physical bodies, in our astral bodies, in our emotional bodies, in our spiritual bodies. Every part of us is vibrating with a higher level of consciousness. This is how we are God. This is how we transform. And this is how we create. And in this space, we see and are seen in a way that we mean by namaste. So I thank each of you. And I'd like the practitioners to stand and surround the room. In this moment, there is only light. Every one of us is filled with the highest vibration of divine presence. We just allow ourselves to be as under a waterfall of this divine presence, allowing the energy and the light and the love to just wash away everything that is unlike this divine presence in its highest form. We call only good in this moment, and we are aligned with, we are one with, we are the vibrational and the energetic and the conscious frequency of love. We just breathe this in, knowing there is nothing else. All other fictions of thought, all other fictions of belief, we release them. I release it now, calling in the light to every area in this body and in any body that is listening to messages of fear. Wherever that is in the body, we release it into the light. We call on all our ancestors, all our spirit guides, angels, all of those who are here, who are guiding us and protecting us, who are assisting us in realms that we don't know. We just call it all good, knowing that only light, only love lives here. We connect with each other, seeing light in each other, knowing that what we are bringing together in this space is beautiful, it's sacred, it's holy, it's blessed in so many ways. And we just open our hearts to this healing, open our hearts to the realization of who we really are. We open our joy And we receive fully, with so much gratitude, all the prosperity in every good way, all the love, and we just revel in its truth. We know it is. We know it is. And with so much gratitude, we release this word into the law that is so aligned and screams, yes, yes, yes. And so it is. Amen.
So first of all, I want to thank Reverend Tammi. Thank you. She's a gift. She's a gift, right? I agree with you. So I've had a really exciting opportunity to sit with Reverend Tammi and Reverend Kamatara and talk about what's coming forth. And I just want to say that you will see more of Reverend Tammi. And she's stepping into her Director of Intuitive Leadership, which in some ways I go, what does that mean? And in other ways I go, that is so cool. I am so ready for that. So I just want to acknowledge you and thank you. So it is our opportunity at this time to share our gifts, our gifts that we have earned, that we have brought into our lives, that we have been blessed with the community. So the community continues to be able to do the same, reaching out. So I'm going to invite us to just hold our hands on our heart. If you have your gift, you can hold it there and just bless it. There we go. And we're going to say our affirmation together. I am abundant. Give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars. And so I give and receive generously, and so it is. So there's multiple ways that we can give. There's something flashing across the screen. We know that we can give online, and please feel free to bring your gifts into the baskets at the front. Meanwhile, I think we have a special treat happening here.
We do have a special treat. We have John Talon on the washboard for you this morning. So if you have any clothing that you'd like to have laundered, you might want to speak with him afterwards. So I'm going to do a Dolly Parton song for you because I can. It's kind of a funny tune. You know, people been talking about the end of time ever since time began. We've been living in the last days ever since the first day, ever since the dawn of man. Well, nobody knows when the end is coming, but some people tell you they do. Well, it might be today, it might be tomorrow, or in a million years or two. In the meantime, in between time, let's take time to make it right, and let us not fear what is not clear. They should be your guide. Just follow this advice and think about love, think about living, think about love, sharing and giving. Drop that doomsday attitude and let the spirit flow. These are wonderful times we're living in, and God still walks in the hearts of men, and Eden's garden waves within. So let the flowers grow, let those flowers grow. Well, we rant and we rave about the good old days and how different it was back then. Well, the greatest days we've ever ever known are the days we're living in. Well, we worry about earthquakes, aliens from outer space, nuclear holocaust. We're also consumed with the fear of dying. The joy of living is lost. In the meantime, in between time, let us make time to make amends. Oh, lead the good life and just treat this planet right. Try to all be friends and say with me again. Think about life, think about living, think about love, caring and giving. Drop this doomsday attitude and get on with the show. We've walked on the moon, been to Mars. Technically we've come so far, but still we wonder who we are the farther along we go. There are a lot of words on this page. Good grief. All right, I think this is where I am. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, people been talking about the end of time ever since time began. We've been living in the last days ever since the first day, ever since the dawn of man. Well, nobody knows when the end is coming. That's what the scriptures say. But that's a secret known only to God. He says to just watch and pray. In the meantime, what's the hurry? In the meantime, now don't you worry. In the meantime, live, laugh, be merry. In the meantime, in the meantime, in the meantime, trouble's gonna show us. And in the meantime, the sky is still above us. And in the meantime, you know God's gonna love us. In the meantime, in the meantime, in the meantime. Thank you, John. Oh yeah. Yeah, it makes me think I'm in New Orleans.
Oh, it's so good to just have something plain spoken, isn't it? Clear. All the things that we're worried about. So let's just take a moment and bless these gifts together. So how grateful we are for each and every opportunity we have both to receive and to give. We give thanks for the opportunities as a community that we have to receive and to give. And we bless all that is here as it represents love, and we send it out into the community through this space with love. And so it is. So, a couple things. I just want to remind folks that we do have prayer available in our prayer garden over here to my right. There will be practitioners available for you after service, and they love to pray with you. And if you would like to write a prayer out and have someone pray over it later, you can do so. There's things in the back of the chairs. There's cards in the back. There's a form online. There's multiple ways to do that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, is it possible that we're getting close to that time in the service already? I think we are. So please, tip your hats, for Norm Dawson.
Woo! Good morning. Got a lot of stuff to cover here today, so I'm going to do this quick and fun, and we're going to have a special tribute as well. So let's move along here quickly. First of all, Reverend Tammi, it's amazing how you put together coyotes, amygdala, and light. Wow, it's just, I mean, what else? And Susan and your washboard friend, where'd you go? Yeah, hey, boy, that's pretty cool there, the way you put all that together. So let's give her a hand, yes. All right, I want to have Reverend Gill talk about a very special thing happening next weekend. So why don't you come up and do that, and you take care of that part, and then I'll move for the rest of it.
Okay. All right. So we have a big week this week. Lots going on. And I'm looking for Geo, if you're out there, please. I'm going to need you. So. That's you, isn't it? No, Geo is, well, G-O is me. Geo, G-I-O, is the larger one. There he is, right there. Here he comes forward. So we have Miss Ricky Byers coming to join us and bless us with a concert. And our opportunity is to bless that space with a little bit of volunteerism, because there's a lot of pieces that go together with this thing. So if you would be so kind as to turn around. There you go. So on the back, we have some opportunities for, let me take this out. Some opportunities for you to sign up for different things. We have greeters and ticket takers and some folks to actually do some ticket sales as people come in. A couple people maybe that would just hang out outside and greet people as they're coming in, make sure they find a place to park. Ushers. Yes, someone that wants to just keep an eye on Ricky and the crew, make sure they have everything they need. And ultimately, a little bit of hospitality. So the opportunity is for you to sign your name and your phone number. We will also, if you're interested in volunteering, if we could meet after service about 11:30 in the classroom back there, that would be wonderful. And just touch base and see how we can get everybody mixed in. So you know that currently we have basically all the chairs in this room sold. So, very exciting. So there's still time to sign up, but if you wait until Friday, I can't guarantee it. I just can't. So you want to get your space, make sure you go on, get your tickets, invite your friends, send out the stuff. If you have friends in other places, we will actually be streaming the concert. So that will be rather exciting. So we'll have not only the energy of the room, but the energy of the people everywhere as part of it. So that is the Ricky Byers announcement. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having you all here. Next, it's Saturday at 4 o'clock. And we expect to see everybody there. Thanks.
It takes a team. Thanks for your help, guys. Great announcer there. Okay, another special event coming up here is going to be a group of people, or it's an organization called the Bruno Groening, is that pronounced right? Bruno Groening Circle of Friends. And the title is There Is No Incurable. There's a lot of history on this, and there's a lot of information that you can get from a flyer that's back there as you leave the building. And it's going to be Thursday, April 27th from 7 to 9 right here. It's quite a bit of information here. One of the things it says at the top is the extraordinary healings that occurred through Bruno Groening from 1906 to 1959 ushered in a new era of spiritual healing. So check this out. Looks like it's going to be really interesting. Get the flyer in the back there. And there's no charge for this, so those donations are welcome. Okay, also we're going to have one more exuberant healing workshop with Marilyn Leary and Carol Helms. Now, that will be May 13th from 1 to 4 on Saturday. Still $40. So come on by and check it out. I was part of that a couple of weeks ago. It's been pretty well attended. So we're looking forward to your excellent facilitation of that seminar. Thank you, Marilyn. Sherry, are you there? Did you want to say a real quick, less than 30 seconds? I mean, well, you know, something like that. Come on up.
Start counting.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. This is your last week to give us input about what you want to see in terms of classes, workshops, events. I have blank forms for those who don't like to go online. So see me. Bye. Was that 30 seconds?
That was great.
Yes.
Like I say, it takes a team. Thank you, Sherry. Don't forget, the Hug-a-Buddy thing is still going on until the end of May, I believe. Yes, through May 28th. So bring your brand new or gently used stuffed animals in all varieties. And we're going to donate these to a couple of agencies to help distribute these. And here's a little thing you might not know, is that a teddy bear is the official national symbol of Japan. How about that? So I hope to see these chairs all filled up with little Hug-a-Buddies here in the next few weeks. So be sure you bring your Hug-a-Buddy. Now I'll just put you down right here, gently here. Okay. We have been known for being the best kept secret in the world here, this philosophy, but we're trying to get it out there. So we have a marketing team, and we need your help. And the marketing team is led by Tamara Williams, and she's the chair of that marketing team, but we have two separate teams, a newsletter team and a web team. So we need some help with that, and if you have any skills with writing, editing, designing, PowerPoint, or other marketing skills, please get your word and yourself to Tamara, because we want to really explode this. It's not a secret. We need to get it out there. I've heard people come to this and go, if I'd known this had been here 40 years ago, I would have been here a long time ago. Yeah, including me. So anyway, it's great. It's great. Okay, the last thing on my announcements here is the Compassionate Ministries has a really good section and a website link for emotional intelligence. Nice little paragraph in the newsletter. Be sure you check that out. It's some valuable information. Okay, before we go to coffee and food and all that stuff, we're going to have a special tribute. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to pretend like I'm Alex Trebek. Of course, he's gone, so we'll have to have somebody else. That'd be me. And we're going to do a little Jeopardy theme to make this all work out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read the category and a little bit of reading about it, and then we're going to have some people answer with the correct answer. So let's see if it's the correct answer and see what that person had to say. So here we go. The first category, RGCSL Marathon Runners. That's the category, RGC Marathon Runners. Now, this member of the RGCSL community provided invaluable service for 9 years, including an admirable 7 years as our tech director. Her dedication and commitment are unparalleled. And who would like to respond to that question?
The answer, of course, is who is Annette Martinez?
We're going to have, yeah, here we go.
Congratulations on going on to do your heart's
that's the responder
desires.
right there.
The sea has been calling you for as long as I've known you, and before. You've always wanted to go there, and congratulations. Creating a community, joining a community that would free the whale. Thank you for doing that. And
Martha,
thank
do you have
for
your microphone on?
your service to this community. My
Reverend
God,
Martha.
the first time I ever met you, I was
I don't know if that's
standing
live
in
or
the
recording.
sanctuary with Tammy, we were talking,
Apparently we're having
and I don't know if you remember this. The door opened.
She's saying
and this
some really good
huge
things
box
about Annette.
with
That's who
legs
the-
underneath.
that's
it.
who the,
We're walking
the right
across
question is
sanctuary
Annette.
toward the kitchen, and Tammy said to me, "Oh, that's my
Okay.
girlfriend Annette." And I said, "Hi, Annette," and you said, "Hi." And that was the beginning of your association with our community, and I have been so pleased and
Can you
honored to
read her
work
lips,
with
Annette?
you all of these years. So honored to be a
Oh,
part
it's
of
on the
your
A. That's
life
cool. All right.
in the community and personally. What a joy. And you are continuing to be a joy and continuing to
I've got a
do
mic.
good work in the world. So again, thank you so much and congratulations on your new life. I can't wait to see what happens.
You gonna play it again?
Thanks, Norm, for the question. And the answer, of course, is who is Annette Martinez? Annette, congratulations on going on to do your heart's desires. The sea has been calling you for as long as I've known you and before.
Is this on? This one? Okay.
Always wanted to go there, and congratulations on creating a community, joining a community that would free the whale. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for your service to this community. My God. The first time I ever met you, I was standing in the sanctuary with Tammy and you were talking. And I don't know if you remember this. The door opened and this huge box with legs underneath it was walking across the sanctuary toward the kitchen. And Tammy said to me, "Oh, that's my girlfriend Annette." And I said, "Hi, Annette," and you said, "Hi." And that was the beginning of your association with our community, and I have been so pleased and honored to work with you all of these years. So honored to be a part of your life in the community and personally. What a joy. And you are continuing to be a joy and continuing to do good work in the world. So again, thank you so much and congratulations on your new life. I can't wait to see what happens.
Thank you, Reverend Martha. I don't know what the prize amount dollar-wise is, but you did a great response. That was the correct answer is who is Annette Martinez. Okay, next category, tech geniuses. Now we have people already designated to be respondents, so let's see if we can get those people to respond here properly. The category 2, tech geniuses. The member of the RGCSL community is an absolute reservoir of knowledge and expertise on all things technical. Cameras, sound, computer technology, and wiring. Moreover, she is a whiz at setting up, coordinating, and troubleshooting any and all things possible. And the correct response is from Greg.
I know this one. Who is Annette Martinez?
Oh, wow, you are
Yes.
right. You
Yes.
got that right.
Yes. Oh, my God. And she is more than a whiz, let me tell you. She trained me a while back to change the slides during the Sunday service. And one morning I was having trouble doing that, and she wasn't here. So I called her up and said, Annette, here's the issue. And in 2 seconds, she had it solved. And that's not a big deal. But the thing that happened next was a few weeks later, I had some problems. And I called her up. And she didn't answer the phone. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? And so the machine was there, so I left a message and hung up and turned around, and it was solved. She hadn't even had time to hear the message yet, and she solved it. She's a wonderful, wonderful worker. And more than that, Annette, I love you. We love you more than you know. And thank you for all you give, including sharing your wife with all of us. Thank you so much. You always have a seat here. You're always welcome here. Please, please, please come back. Gather some hugs and let us pour love into you.
Thank you, Greg. And yes, he got the right answer. Okay, category 3. are you set up for this? Do you need the microphone for this next respondent? Okay, we'll find out. Okay, category 3, and there's only 2 left, category 3 and 4. A virtual trailblazer is the category 3. This Wonder Woman spearheaded our efforts to keep the RGCSL community alive, vital, and connected during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her motto was, "I'll go to any lengths to maintain this vibrant, beautiful community." Today, RGCSL encompasses both a vivacious in-person community and a growing virtual response. So let's see who can respond to this answer correctly. Is that going to be somebody online here? Let's see. Can you?
I'm making here with nobody else in my office. But I'm thinking of all of you, and I've heard that you're all doing very well. I'm very happy to hear that. If you don't know who I am, this is Reverend Karen, and I was your interminister for a little while, and I know who that person is that you guys are talking about. It's Annette! And Annette really helped bring Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living into a very wonderful place. Hybrid is here to stay, and she helped bring Rio Grande CSL into hybrid. She helped bring Rio Grande CSL into the future. I found her to be a joy to work with. I found her to keep her commitments. I found her to be able to very well express herself and be willing to do so. And it was just a real pleasure to work with her. And so I'm very happy to hear that she is doing wonderful things in her life. Annette, congratulations. I know the folks at Rio Grande CSL will be sorry to see you retire from your job as tech person, but I also know that you have a wonderful new person in place. And thank you all very much for being here, and particularly and especially thank you to you, Annette. Bye, all.
Way to go. Way to go. Wow. All right. Last category here. Let's see if we can figure out who this is. This category is RGCSL Goddess. It says goddesses here. Okay. The RGCSL community member went far and above the guidelines of her job description. When we needed a musical director, she stepped up and handled our music ministry for nearly 16 months. When we wanted an online auction, she set it up. If we had questions regarding anything computer-related, this was our go-to person. Lastly, this individual donated hundreds of hours over numerous years, which is a strong testament to her integrity and character. Now, who's the correct answer on this one here? Somebody have that online? Or there we go. Who is it?
I know the answer. I know the answer. It is, who is Annette Martinez? And Annette, if you get mad at anybody for organizing today, it'd be me. But once word got out that we were going to do a tribute to you, you have no idea how many people stepped up and how much love and how much appreciation there is for you and what you and Tammy bring, and the fact that we are where we're at now. When Reverend Gill arrived, there was a community here, and you had played such an important role in being a bridge and all of that. So we have a couple small tokens on behalf of the board and the entire community that we want to share with you. And I can't tell you from the depths of my heart how much we appreciate you and how much we love you. And yeah, so I think Hannah, and not only did Annette do a great job, when she left, she already suggested people to step in. And they can't replace Annette, but they're doing a darn good job. So Hannah, I think you and Reverend Gill have got a couple things we're going to do to wrap up our tribute to Annette.
Yes, we do. And I believe Hannah's going to stay back behind the mask. She was going to come up front, but she's not. So, I would like to invite you forward if you don't mind. Okay, I know, it's rough. Come on up. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering who this person was, this is Annette right here. And Annette has been, thank you. She's been doing so much for the center, but she also has been doing so much in the world. And couldn't think of a better way to honor you and support you in moving forward than to offer you this gift for you. This is a little gift card for Southwest because she tends to fly a lot to the West Coast to play in the ocean. No, that's not the way you go.
I go to the East Coast and the West Coast to play in the ocean, so yes.
And you go to talk to who?
So, an orca, Scally Chectonot, who's an orca at the Miami Seaquarium that we're going to be releasing from captivity back to her home waters in the Salish Sea on the Pacific Northwest. They're in Lummi territory.
And what you probably don't know is how many people she has garnered, has brought around this idea and got them both contributing and participating in changing how we view other life on this planet. So it's very important. So we have one more thing we want to do for you. Come forward. Actually, I'm going to ask everyone to stand if you can. And I'm going to ask you to just kind of move into the space up front if you can. And we're going to bring you over here. I'm going to ask you to stand right here. We are going to, we're not sending Annette away, just so you know that. We're blessing her on her journey of life, okay, and thanking her for all that she's brought here. So we're going to have a little chamber of prayer. Do you want to explain it?
Sure.
Okay.
So we are going to be praying all together at the same time, offering our blessings, offering the prosperity, the continued success, the gratitude for all her service, and most of all, our love. Shall I begin? Yes. So I know that there is a love power and a presence in this moment, in this time, that is greater than anything that is. And I know that this blessing of life, of love, is even now with us. That I am one with God and one with all, and that Annette is one with me and with all of us. And we know that as she continues this sacred journey of honoring all life, of bringing about the transformation and the transmutation of the world, that all is good, that she is blessed beyond measure, that her every word, her every action, her every thought is blessed with the highest vibration, the highest frequency of love and power, that she knows what she needs to know, she sees what she needs to see, that every step is blessed in every good way, that she is above all loved, that she is the divine vibration of love on this planet, that she brings this love and power to Scally Chectonot, to the Lummi Nation, and to all people who are in alignment with a knowing that there is nothing greater than love. And we stand in harmony with all our loved ones, our two-leggeds, our four-leggeds, those that fly in the air, and those that swim in the sea, knowing that we are all one, knowing that Annette is blessed and guided as she stands for the unification and the harmony of all that is. We know that it is blessed, it is good. We call it good with so much love, and so it is.
Thank you all for participating in the wonderful world of Jeopardy! And Annette, thank you so much. And I appreciate all the respondents who answered the question correctly. Okay, last thing here, we have a community room in the back there with coffee and food. I see we've already got the vegetarian potato salad, and we also have some sort of a crock pot with hamburger stew. It looks like chili, and we have some roasted tomatoes with green chili on top of it. So we have some delightful stuff back there with coffee. We love the food. We know we love you, and the food angels and the hospitality team has been so great in putting all this together. So thank you all so much. So that's all from me before the benediction. Live from New Mexico, Sunday morning announcements.
So it's easy to bless this group, this place, these people, and take the opportunity to know, Annette, I hope you know how much we love you. That's my prayer for you. And I also want to say that I am grateful for all that Annette has done to facilitate for us the ability to stay open during the pandemic, to do what we can do, what we have to do, and to now be a flourishing center for spiritual living in Albuquerque and in New Mexico. And I'm grateful to Annette and for that. I'm grateful for that and for all who have contributed to that. I'm grateful for the wonderful celebration of her today. I'm grateful for all people who are here, for everyone who contributed to this wonderful service, for all who come here, who have come here, for all people who have contributed their love to make this center special. And I'm grateful that everyone who came here today, whatever their prayer was, has had their prayer answered. I know that is true, and I'm grateful for that. And so, for all of our blessings, for all of our abundance, for all of our continued ongoing success and well-being, so that we can contribute to a world that works for everyone. I am grateful for that. Please say with me, and so it is. Amen.
So thank you, Annette, for everything. And Annette's always been my go-to, my touchstone. Annette always answers the phone, always answers messages, and no matter how last minute they are, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? No problem. And she takes care of it, so thank you so much. And I'd like for everybody to stand, if you would. We're going to go out with a little Jamie Lula. I need the words, so just hang tight, and I'll just put those there. Yeah, those just stay there. Okay. All right. A little intro. It's kind of a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go, right now. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Once again, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. Who's counting the I ams? I don't know. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Repeat that. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap. Happy Sunday. Thank you.